What can I say about season 2? The show came out, people seemed to like it, and then we were gonna do another one, and it's bigger.
Everywhere I go. Just for the One Piece.
If I gave everything I had to the first one, what the hell am I gonna do now for the second one? Quite a conundrum. Well, I kept asking myself how I could top the effort I put into season 1.
We got it!
Season 1, I'd wrecked myself learning how to kick. Broke my hand in half, kept training anyway.
Day 2, a broken arm.
Nice. Again, good.
But season 2 was much less about learning how to kick. Okay, I know how to do that bit now. I know how to kick. It's not about learning how to kick anymore. It's about finding ways to elevate it, build on this feeling of Sanji being personified in a live action. With the cooking, it's not about learning how to cook anymore. It's about what cooking means to people as a way to understand people who don't speak your language, as a way to show love in places where love is scarce, as a way to facilitate diplomacy. And that's not a political statement. Will any of you get political? I know how you get. This is not a political show. A political comment? No. So you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. It's my show. I want to get political. I'm gonna get political. I don't know my political views. I'm anti-voice notes that last over 2 minutes. Pro, your right to ghost a group chat if they're chatting too much. I'm anti people who clap when the plane lands. I'm pro, your right to block an X on all platforms, including LinkedIn. Anti people who record a concert on an iPad. Pro therapy. Pro mums resting. Pro dads resting. Pro naps, very pro naps, and I'm pro minding your own fucking business too. How about them apples? Okay, moving swiftly on. Anyway, like I was saying, I wanted to get out of the kitchen. I wanted to get away from the fine dining disciplines that have been instilled in me in the first season, and I wanted to go fish, I wanted to go forage, I wanted to go hunt, I wanted to chop them up, cut them, gut them, fillet them, cook it, and then serve it to people. I wanted to know what that whole process felt like in different parts of the world. I'm trying to prep for a character. I don't really have much of a system. I never really fully learned how to do this. So my way of prepping is I just throw a bunch of shit at the wall and I hope that something sticks. This one time during the first season, I saw a picture of Gordon Ramsay doing an Ironman, and I thought, well, I guess chefs do Ironmans. I guess I've got to go do an Ironman. So I ran 50 kilometers.
Almost there! That's 42.3!
And then I cycled to the southern tip of Africa with no cleats. Oh, a helmet, right? Having never cycled more than 10 miles.
The things I have to do.
What would you...
It was 182 kilometers. Worst day of my life. Didn't learn a single thing. It was pointless. Completely pointless.
182 fucking K! Let's fucking go.
After I've thrown a bunch of shit at the wall, some of it stuck, some of it didn't. Small moments of realization during the process of learning the thing that you wanted to learn that are the real penny drop moments for the character. For Sanji, his journey is much more about finding his place in the world outside of this restaurant where he's been for most of his life. And, you know, when you're trying to find your place in the world, usually the best way to go about it is to go get lost. I went to go get lost. to Ecuador. I read a book once where somebody went and found a tribe in the Amazons, like a coming of age, they found themselves kind of story. So I don't know, that's where the idea came from. But before setting out to find the tribe that I had no idea how to find, in a jungle that I'd never been to, in a country that I didn't know my way around, with a face that screams, "I'm a gringo, please rob me blind." Before all of that, I wanted to go try the food in Guayaquil, capital city. I went to a fish market.
Vamos aquí, tiene buena pinta.
That place in the middle of nowhere that's not even on TripAdvisor. That's where you find local food.
Es muy picante.
Where they would literally just pull the fish and pop it all into a ceviche. Now, there's quite a discrepancy about who invented ceviche, and I don't want to get involved. Not a political show, no. But I love both types of ceviche equally for different reasons. The Ecuadorian ceviche was very simple in its ingredients, very lemon juice based. It felt like I was eating ocean fresh out of the ocean.
Un cevichito de cangrejo, camarones, pulpo. ¿Y qué era esto? Cangrejo. Tenemos un arrocito a la cubana.
Arroz a la cubana is one of the most underrated dishes for me in the world. Chef's kiss.
They're just walking around.
We found a place on the map on the border with the jungle called Baños. It turned out to be that there was parts of the jungle were not safe to go into, and most guys refused to take us in. So
O sea, para sacarle filo a esto vas a...
Sí, puede estar un año.
we set off at 4 in the morning.
Se ven.
We stopped to learn how to make an encebollado on the way. This most basic sense, it's a ceviche made with onion broth. Honestly, it just tasted like onion broth with a lot of seafood, but it was still great. Ooh, and encocado. Now, encocado was a banger. Heavy, very heavy dish. Basically the same thing as a ceviche, but made with this like coconut curry. I could barely walk after it, but it was also banging. We got there. We still couldn't find a guide to take us into the jungle. There were some tribes on the shallow part of the jungle. The thing is, in my mind, if I can pay to go meet a tribe with a credit card and they have a card machine, that's not a tribe, that's just cosplay. And in the absence of finding anybody who would take us deep into the jungle, we decided to get a raft and head down the rapids. Because what else were we gonna do with our day? Capsize the raft. And then I tried to get back, but couldn't because the current in these rivers is strong. Like there is no turning back on the river. I got separated from the group and hung on this rock to stop myself from getting dragged down further because I didn't know if there was waterfalls down there. I didn't know if there was like anacondas swimming around in the river. I had piranhas. I didn't know. So I grabbed myself onto this rock, pulled myself out, and then I was just stranded by the side of the jungle. So I just kept walking down. At one point there was this gap and I didn't know which side of the gap my friends were gonna end up going down. So I literally eeny, meeny, miny mode to the right. And then I saw this plane coming into land just on the other side of the tree line. And I thought, maybe it's a drug dealer. Maybe he's just taking supplies to a petrol miner or a gold miner. But I bet he can take me into the jungle. Airstrip, and I spoke to the guy. He said he would take me into the jungle for $500. So I bought some eggs, salt, rice. I don't know what the fuck these people eat. I just bought a bunch of food and took it with me as an offering. And mosquito repellent, because I don't have the yellow fever vaccination. Lathered myself up in that shit.
She said don't call my phone on Friday night, but I never did listen, so I'ma hit you now.
It becomes incredibly evident, it becomes super evident the second you get on this plane and start flying through the jungle that there is nothing connecting these tribes that live inside the jungle with the outside world. There is no road, there is no path, there is too much distance, there is a fuck ton of jungle. We come into land, fucking plane skidding on the mud track, fucking skids that shit to a halt. We open the plane door, and there is the tribe. Snake butt, snake penis is out, everything's out, I'm fully clothed. I'm like, do I need to take my clothes off? I get out, I offer them the food, tell the pilot to come pick me up in a week. It looks like they built a set. It looks like a set out of a movie. Straw huts, mud everywhere, nothing's really going on. People are just there, naked. They start humming. Ceremony ends. My clothes are still on, and the men start picking up arrows and flutes. So I assume it's hunting time. What it takes to acquire an animal for our consumption. You know, it's a really arduous, soul-crushing process. First of all, it took us about 8 hours to find any. What I later found out about them being naked was that it actually serves a purpose. So when you sweat, if you're wearing clothes, that sweat gets soaked up by the clothes. The animals can smell it. Whereas if you're naked, you have no scent. Getting stung by bees, spiders, poisonous frogs. We found some animals. And then when we did find one, you know, you gotta pull the flutes out, put the venom on it with the cotton, load it, and like snipers, they just start shooting them out of the trees. And then I'll spare you the kind of arduous process that you go through from there. All I'll say is that I think if everybody had one hunting experience in their life, they'd eat a lot less meat. And I'm not a vegan, but bring it back. That was the food that they had for the tribe. That's the food they had for everyone there. Roasted the meat, and they stewed it. No spices, no salt. It was tough, gamey, tasty. An experience. They had a pet snake. They just had a pet snake.
Póntela. No. Está guapa, yo la veo, está guapa, pero...
Then I went out hunting with them at night. At one point, the tribesman sees a caiman, steers the canoe into some trees. I fall back, grabs a caiman out of the water with his bare hands, and passes me it. Like I'm supposed to know how to hold that shit. There I am, holding a fucking caiman for the duration of the trip, which was another 3 hours. But the biggest takeaway for me was the kids. The kids, they have not been infected by the virus that is want, envy, and need. They had a tribe full of people that loved them, and they had a massive playground, the jungle. They wanted nothing from me but to hug me and touch my hand. That's all they wanted. They also got a hold of my meta glasses and took some some pictures. It was actually emotional when I said bye. I really want to go back to see him one day.